Hello again, my name is James Clugston and welcome to Cluggys Corner. Uh, Been a long time since I made a video. A long time. This is going to be the first one that I've done. And I am to address Mr. Ahmed Mohamed with a simple question. Now, for those of you who been living in a cave, maybe, don't know who Ahmed Mohamed is. Ahmed Mohamed is a 14-year-old boy, made a clock, or actually he didn't make the clock, he actually just took a clock out of its package and put it in a little, looked like a CD case, put it in that. Anyway, he took it to school, and while he was in there, it went off accidentally while it was in his backpack. Accidentally, the alarm went off. And the teacher panicked, and supposedly the teacher panicked, and, well, he got arrested for it. Now he's famous. He's all over the place, and I hear he's trying to sue the Irving School for that because he felt that just because he was Islamic or Muslim, he was racially profiled. We're not going to go into the other shit that actually happened, like all the other suspensions that you have received, or the fact that your sister got suspended saying that she was going to blow up the school. We're not going to touch on that because I don't care. I really don't. I looked at this picture of your clock. Okay, we'll say clock, not hoax bomb, which I believe it is. But I looked at the picture of your clock. It has been identified as a Radio Shack clock that was taken out of its case and put into a CD case. So don't even attempt to think that you can sit, oh, I invented it. You didn't invent shit. Okay? The part that bothers me, a little bit bothers me, is that the picture of your clock that the police took, supposedly came from the police office, your clock, did not have a battery in it. The 9-volt battery was missing and was not plugged into the wall. So nobody actually saw it work. Which makes me wonder if the battery was there before, or did the police just take off with it? But let me explain why that makes me wonder. That 9-volt battery that was supposed to be there is just for reserve power. Is in case the power goes off, it keeps the power going to the isolinear chip to keep your time on track. Without the battery, then what normally happens? What happens with everybody when the power goes out? Their clock flashes at 12 o'clock. Maybe you get a good clock that saves the time in there and doesn't, but most clocks will flash 12 o'clock. But while the power is out, the clock alarms never go off. The alarms will not go off even if you have a 9-volt for that reserve power. They simply won't. They're made to where they don't. That 9-volt is made strictly to power the isolinear chip. So my question to you, because the clock was inside your backpack when it went off, is how did you power the clock? That clock that we have the picture of that went around the world as your picture of is powered by being plugged into the wall. So how did you power the clock? Because I'm curious, if you've got a miniature power supply that supplies your clock with the 120 sitting inside your backpack, I'd be interested in that. But you don't, do you? Police didn't say that your clock was plugged into a battery pack that was in your backpack. Police didn't say nothing like that. They just said that it was a clock. You're full of shit. That fucking clock didn't go off accidentally. You fucking plugged that goddamn thing into the fucking wall and you set the fucking alarm to go off. And you're full of shit if you think anybody else is going to buy the difference. Because sooner or later, it's going to come around to the ideal of how did that clock power itself to where the alarm would go off. You're full of shit, Ahmed. But you know what? That's not. You know what? You're getting all this extra fame. All these dumbasses, other countries out there said, "Oh, he's so terrible. He got it because he was." No, you got it because the damn thing wasn't there. And if you did have that 9-volt battery in there, then we don't have the pick of the bomb, hoax bomb, that they caught you with. We don't know what in the hell was actually inside that case, do we, Ahmed? Just the picture that you allowed to go out there, you and your sister. Remember when I said we ain't going to bring up the idea that your sister was involved? Maybe your whole family was involved. Maybe this is nothing more than a publicity stunt. Because, Ahmed, I can't see a reason why your alarm clock would just imaginally go off inside your backpack with no power supply. But, you know what? You're the genius. You're the tinkerer. Let's forget about the fact that I'm A+ certified through Microsoft, and I've been working on computers for a hell of a lot longer than you've been alive. Let's forget about that. Make a video. Show me how you powered that clock to be able to go off inside your backpack without plugging it into the side of the damn wall. Because I'm telling you, you're full of shit. You know what's going to be really, really good is when you go to that Google Science Fair and you're matched up against that 15-year-old who made that lens for the quasars and that 16-year-old girl who made the early detection for the Ebola. Those are true scientists. You're just a fraud. And that's all I have to say. My name is James Cluxon. Many good things to you and yours, except for Ahmed. Because the one thing I want you to remember as you sit in jail for fraud is that partner that's in next to the jail next to you saying, "Come here."